morning to all. I will start the session. Okay. Before going to the today's session, what we have discussed in the last session? In the last session, mainly our topics are stages of a program. That is, there are two stages, compilation stage and execution stage. And I will explain the difference between C, C++ and Java. What is the output in the compilation stage and what is the output in the execution stage in C++ and Java. The main important thing you need to remember is in Java, C or C++, the output of compilation phase is an object-to code, which is a platform dependent. That means it depends upon the architecture, depends upon the operating system. Architecture in the sense mission. So Java, after compilation, it generates bytecode. Bytecode is platform independent. Bytecode is platform independent. Okay. So stages of a program. This is the main concept we discussed. After that, we discussed how to install a software. Now, what is the agenda of today's class? Today's session, the main agenda is writing one program, at least writing one program. Before going to the program, first you need to remember one point. Java is an object-oriented programming. Java is an object-oriented programming. So directly, if you up to now you observe, I am not given Java features. Why? If I given the features, you by head the features. Once a topic is completed, automatically you will learn this is the feature. Now one feature is completed, platform independent, like that. Okay. Anyway, Java is object-oriented programming. So object-oriented programming consists of different features. Among them, the most popular two features, class and object. Along with different things are there, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, data hiding, different principles are there. Anyway, we will discuss all the principles step by step. Right now, my aim is you need to understand class followed by object. Okay. Now, coming to this today's topic, first class. What is a class? How it is useful in the programming? Simply, class is a blueprint. Class is a blueprint or class is a logical structure. Class is a blueprint or logical structure. A class consists of a class consists of properties and behavior. This is the general definition. Right now, you are not in a position to understand. Anyway, observe class is a blueprint or simply a class is a logical structure. The class, that means within the class you can write properties and behavior. What is mean by properties? Properties are called variables. So, what is a variable? Variable is used to store some value, and behavior is called method. Method means to do some operation. Anyway, right now you don't know anything. Suppose if I want to start variable, you need to understand class. Everything is interrelated. By the completion of 3 to 4 classes, you will get the complete idea. And then I form the relationship. Right now, remember only one point. Class is a blueprint or logical structure which consists of variables and methods. Variables and methods. Now, a class is used to generate objects. Class is used to generate objects. Now, again, I will give the definition. What is mean by variable? Variables are simply The data holders. Variables are simply the data holders. Data holders means, for example, if you want to perform addition of two numbers, so two numbers are you required. Where the two numbers are stored? For storing the values, you are using variables. Now, what is mean by methods? Methods are simply the actions that are performed. The actions that are performed to get the result. To get the result, we are doing some operations, some actions. That is called method. In program, a class consists of one special method main. Everyone remember. A class consists of any number of variables. There is no restriction. Any number of regular methods. There is no restriction. But a class consists of one method that is called main only one time. And what is the main? Main specifies the starting point. Main is the starting point of program execution. So what is mean by this one? Within a class, you can write the variables and methods at any position, but main is the starting point. That is, from the main only, your program starts execution. From the main only, your program starts execution. Just to understand the theoretical knowledge only. Okay? Just to understand the theoretical knowledge. Okay? Whenever I will move to the program, you will get the complete idea. What is the syntax of main? Main has the fixed syntax. Main has the fixed syntax. The syntax is public, static, void, main, string args of public static void main string args of. Okay, now, so everyone remember this one, no need to understand. Everyone remember this one, simple terms by heart. This one, why? In the sense, if you want to know the complete structure, you need to know what is mean by public, what is mean by static, what is mean by string. All these are separate topics. All these are separate topics. Whenever the topic is completed, you will understand why you are writing public, why you are writing static, why you are writing void. So, no problem. Right now, you are understanding the basic concepts. You remember this one. Clear? Clear? Just I remember this one. Now, structure of a class. That means right now I am ready to write a class. What is the structure? The structure is class. Class is the keyword that is fixed, followed by the name of the class. According to your program, you can write any name. According to your program, you can write any name. Open bracket, after some time closing bracket. Now you understand. This entire thing belongs to this class. This is called a block. This is called a block. From opening to closing, this entire thing belongs to this class. Now within the class, what you are writing? Within the class, we are writing the variables. Within the class, you are writing the methods, and in the class, you are writing the main also. You are writing the main also. Okay, now always your execution starts from main. Okay, first point. One naming convention. What are the naming convention? So if you are using like this, it produces, that is the way of you are writing the program is correct. Very simple. Whatever the class name you are using, class name starts with uppercase letters. Everyone remember, even though you are written in lowercase letters, not a problem, but try to use uppercase letter. If you write in your program in uppercase letter, then that is called naming convention. Okay. Right now you are ready for writing the program. You are ready for writing the program. What you have to do? What is the next step? How? So my next point is the procedure. Procedure for writing the program. After that, save the program. After, compile the program. After, execute the program. The first step is simply create one folder. Create a folder at any location, your wish. Create a folder at any location. Within that folder I am trying to save my programs. Okay, now here what I am doing, simply go to some D drive. You can place at any location, not a problem. Within the D drive, directly I given some folder, new folder name Java batch 37. For my understanding, I am using the name Java batch 37. Press enter. Observe why I am using D drive. You can not only D drive, you can use any drive. There is no problem. Why in the sense? Why in the sense? Already I set the environment variables. Already I set the environment variables. Then there is no problem. Okay. My first step is completed. I created a folder. Every program is saved within that folder. Second one. So I already said in the starting days I use Notepad. After some days I am moving to Eclipse. Now open Notepad. Open Notepad and then simply type your program. Open the Notepad and type your program. Anyway, I type the program. After that, save the program. After typing immediately, you need to save the program. How to save the program? For example, general scenario is if your class name is sample, assume if your class name is some sample, save the program also sample. Generally, the program name and class name are same. And sample dot Java. I already said if it is a Java program, you need to use the extension dot Java, sample dot Java. Okay. So first I will do up to this one saving. So open Notepad, open Notepad. After opening the Notepad, first I will write down one simple program, one very simple program just to printing welcome message. Understand the syntax. Class sample one sample. This is my class name. Class is the keyword followed by name of the class. Within this one, public static void main. First I said I am writing the simple programs. For that reason every statement is written inside the method. Anyway you will get no problem. String args. Okay, so this is the method. This is the class. Suppose here last bracket represents the class, before that one method. Now everything is written inside the method. Here inside the method, what I am doing? I am printing just to some welcome message. For printing, this is the command system dot out dot println. Anyway, I will explain all these things, no problem. But right now you understand the structure step by step. Blindly, it is not possible to move to the concept step by step. Right now, the structure. What is my structure? Class followed by name of the class, and within the main method, I written some statement. Now, okay, save the program. Open the notepad, completed typing file, save the program. Save the program in your specified location. Now I would like to save the program in what is my folder? In D drive. I created the folder Java batch 37. Click on this one. Here save the program. How? Sample dot Java. Suppose if you selected all files, all the up to now if you saved any program, all are visible. Right now I am not saved any program. Close. No problem. Sample dot Java. Save. Click on save. Right now, my program is saved successfully. My program is saved successfully. After that, what is your task? You need to run the program. For that, the next step is open command prompt. Open command prompt. How to open the command prompt? Simply go to the start, go to the start and then run. Within that one, type the command cmd. Type cmd. Clear? Now see this one. Go to start. Here I am using run. I directly type run. Press enter. Okay. Here within this one, set cmd. Everyone type cmd. Press enter. Command prompt is opened. Within this command prompt, we are executing the program. Simply, we written the program in Notepad. For executing the program, we are going to the command prompt. Okay. What are the two stages? Now coming to the point. I opened successfully. I up to now I used two concepts. What are the two stages? The first one is compilation. For the compilation, what is the syntax? Java C. Java C space class name dot Java. So again repeated, everyone use the program name and class name as the same to avoid confusion. Program name and class name as the same. Java C space class name dot Java. This is the step for compilation. Now I will move to this one. See this one. Java C. Observe carefully. Java C sample is my class name Java. Whenever I press enter, it gives one error. It gives one error. Observe the error. Press enter. So here you are getting one error. Observe what is the error? File not found. Sample.java. Why? You saved your file in D drive, but you are trying to execute in C drive. How it is possible? Not possible. So always you go to the location where your file is saved. From that location you have to execute. Why? You already set the path. How to move to the location in the command prompt? D drive. Simply D colon. I am moving to D drive, but directly not available. I have one folder cd space Java batch 37. Press enter. Within this folder, my Java file is available. Clear? Simply go to the path where your file is available. Within this file, my Java file is available. Okay. Now, Java C space capital S sample.java. Press enter. See, it produces this screen means your compilation is done successfully. Now, what happened in the compilation? Check whether the programming language, that is, whatever the program you written, satisfies the syntax rules or not. So, my program satisfies all the syntax rules. Anyway, move to the second one, execution. Move to the second stage, execution. For execution, The command is Java space class name. Java space class name. Now Java space class name. Press enter. Now see, you are getting the output welcome. So system.out.println is the function used to display the output. Anyway, we will discuss print function later. Right now, my intention is just to understand how to save and execute the program. Clear point? Now, observe one more point. Every line, generally, this is the method. Opening bracket, closing bracket, that is a method or a block. So except methods, blocks, single statements. We have single statements. They are ended with semicolon. That is the rule of programming. That is the rule of Java program. For example, I remove the semicolon. Save. Control S, save. Again run the program. Again run the program. Here every time you no need to type. Simply use the up arrow, down arrow. If you are using up arrow, down arrow, your previous commands will display. Now I need this command. Press enter. See this one? Compilation is not done. Why? Error. Semicolon expected. You got it? Now what happened? In the compilation, it checks whether the program satisfies all the rules of syntax or not. All the rules of syntax are not. Clear? Now, I will write down one more program. File, new. So I will write down one more program. Class addition. Addition. Here within the main method, public static void main string args of. Okay, this is the closing of main. This is the closing of class. This is the closing of class. Now, within the main method, what is my intention? Perform addition. So, int, I think everyone knows C language. Minimum thing. Even though you don't know, no problem. Int A suppose is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, comma c. What is the meaning of this one? So here a, b, c are called variables. Anyway, that is my next topic. So you will get the complete idea. A, B, C are the variables which are used to hold some values. I already said a class consists of variable. Now in this example, I am using the variable. So variables hold some value. Here int specify. This is a data type. Data type means simply the type of data stored in a variable. The type of data stored in a variable. Okay. Anyway, we'll get the complete idea in the concept of data type and variables. Now, here what I am doing? Simply, I perform the operation. C is equal to A plus B. Now, what happened? The value in A is added to value in B. 2 plus 3 is performed and the result is stored in C. Now, I am printing the value C. System dot out dot println. So, I am printing the message. The addition is okay, string. So this is called string plus C. Whatever the variable you want to print, you can use like this. Now save. Just to understand the syntaxes only. Nothing is required. Addition dot Java. Addition dot Java. Here see this one. So already I written sample that is available. Save. That is available. Save. Go to the notepad and javac space addition.java, press enter. My program has an error. Why? Find not found. Observe addition spelling mistake. Now press enter. Okay, press enter. Compilation is completed. I already said whenever the compilation is completed, a bytecode is generated. Bytecode is also as class, sorry, dot class file. Now go to your D drive. Where is Java batch 37 folder is there? Oh, lost. Yes. See this one. After compilation, edition dot class. The dot class file is generated automatically. The dot class file is generated automatically. Clear? Now execute the program Java space class name. Now the edition is done. Java space class name. The edition is done successfully. You clear the point? You clear? Now, this is called class. How do we write a program? How do we write a program? Now, I entered into the next topic. Before explaining multiple examples, now you need to know some additional stuff. What are those? What is integer? What is A? What is B? And how do you are writing system.out.println? How do you print the statement? You need all this information. Yes. Okay, for that I am moving into my next topic. One second. Now the topic is data types. Now the topic is data types. What is mean by data type? Simply, data type specifies the type of information. The type of information that is stored in a variable, or the type of data that we are expecting as the input, or the type of data that we are producing as the output. Simply, the type of information is called data type. Data type is categorized into two types. Data type is categorized into two types. One is primitive data types. Primitive data types. Second one is non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types. Now, first we will move to primitive data type. Primitive. For your simple understanding, primitive data types are called simply single valued. Simply single value data formats. What is mean by this one? If a variable can hold only one value, the data types are single value data types are called primitive data types. So we have four types of primitive data types. The first one is under the primitive data types. The first one is integer, second one is floating, third one is character, and then the fourth one is boolean. So these are the four. Primitive means basic. Basic means compulsory. Even you want to form non-primitive data types, primitive is compulsory. So four primitive data types are there: integer, floating, character, boolean. I will move to step by step. First, we will discuss integer data type. Integer means which is used to store numeric data. Integer data type means, data type means the type of information. Suppose if your information is in the form of numerical numbers, your information is in the form of numbers without decimal point. Remember, a number without decimal point is called integer. In the simple mathematics we term as whole numbers. In our mathematics, we are called as whole numbers. Coming to the programming language, the whole numbers are called integers. The whole numbers are called integers. Okay. Now, the integers is categorized into, this is the general name. This is the general name, all the numerics. Again, the integers have what are the names of data type? Byte, byte, short, int, long. These are the names of the data types. These are the names of the data types. Or what is all this one? Very simple. Coming to the previous example, here a is equal to 2. A holds a value 2. What type of information this is? 2 is a whole number. Here I specify that it is an integer. It is an integer. That means we are declare the variable a which holds an integer value. I am declaring a variable which consists of an integer value. Okay, for that specification, here my specification is to store roll numeric data without decimal point. That means to store whole numbers. We are using any one of these, not only in, you are using any one of these for storing whole numbers. Again, what is the difference? In what situation you are using which one? Very simple. I will give you some idea. For example, if my number is 5, I want to store a number 5. How the number 5 is stored? So in the system, everything is stored in the form of binary. Yes or no? Number 5 is also stored in the form of binary. So, binary in the sense 101. It is the binary representation for 5. Suppose number 8, 1000. This is the binary representation. Now the question is, whenever you are declaring the variable like this, whenever you are declaring or initialize the variable like this value is stored inside the memory. Yes or no? Understand my concept? Whenever you are creating a variable, the value is stored inside the memory. Immediately question is, how much memory allocated? How much memory is allocated by the program to store the value? So for that, how much memory, this depends. Suppose if it is a data type name is byte, it stores 8 bits. Simply 1 byte of memory is allocated. This is where, this is data type name. This is the size. Don't confuse. 1 byte of memory is allocated. If you are using short, 16 bits, that means 2 bytes of memory is allocated. Here 4 bytes. 4 bytes means 4 into 8. 32 bytes of memory is allocated. Now 8 bytes. 8 8 are 64 bits memory is allocated. Now I think you clear the point. Which one is used depending upon your value. Suppose 8 bits in the sense the memory is allocated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bits of memory is allocated fixed. The memory is allocated fixed. When, if my statement is like this, byte a is equal to 5. If I return a statement, this memory is allocated 8 bits. Within this 8 bit, 5 needs only 3 bits. The remaining bits are filled with 0. For example, If you declared like this, int a is equal to 5, 101. So total 32 bits. So total 32 bits of memory is allocated. But in those 32 bits, I used only 3 bits. So the remaining 29 bits, zeros, wastage of memory. You got my point? Wastage of memory. Suppose if 32 bits are not sufficient, we are moving to long. Think you clear? Depending upon the value, you can select either by to, short to, into, long to save the memory. To save the memory, we are using this one. I think clear? All these four are used to store integers, that is whole numbers. In our regular practice, normally we are using int as a normal. Generally we are not considering the memory point. For easy understanding, int is the normal programming. And long is used for storing large numbers like phone numbers, credit card numbers, account numbers, etc. For storing such type of numbers, you are using long. Clear? And everyone remember one point. For example, if you are using long, some a is equal to, I return my phone number. Okay, long a is equal to, but system does not accept this one. Why? Remember, if you declare a variable as the long variable, after assigning the value at the suffix, you need to add a letter L. Either uppercase or lowercase, not a problem. Either uppercase or lowercase, you need to add a letter L. Then only system takes this one as the long value. Clear? I think everyone clear. This is the integer data type. Integer is used to store whole numbers. Coming to second one. Obviously, what is the second one? Floating, which is also used to represent the numerics. Numerical in the sense numbers, but with decimal points. Without decimal is integers, with decimal is floating. So these are called real numbers. Real numbers, suppose 2.3, 3.475, all those are called real numbers. Now, to represent these real numbers, I have two data types. One is float, second one is double. Understand? So, for integers, for whole numbers, by to, short to, into, long. Similarly, for real numbers, float to double. So what is the size of float? The size of float is 4 bytes. That is 32 bits of memory is allocated. The size of double is 8 bytes of memory is allocated. Okay. Generally in our normal programming, we are using float. In our scientific calculation means after the point, suppose after 10 decimal points also very important. Every minute point is also important. In such situation, you are using double data type. You are using double data type. Suppose within the program, I given the statement like this: a is equal to 2.3. So by default, system takes this one as the double data type. Everyone remember. So at the time of declaration, not a problem. Within the program, if you given like this, system takes as a double. For example, a is equal to 9642290,583. How the system takes? System takes this one as a integer. If you want to make this number as the long, place L. Similarly, by default, every real number is considered as the double. If you want to make it as the floating, place F. Either capital or lower, either uppercase letter, lowercase letter. If you suffix with f, then only that becomes a floating point number. Then only that becomes a floating point number. Okay. Now, next two. After completion of these two, I will write down the program. What is the next one? Character data type. Character data type used to store a single character, only single character. The data type is used to store a single character. Generally, the single character are placed within single quotes. The single character are placed within single quotes. Suppose X. This is the character. This is the character. For example, Z. This is the character. Now, 2. This is an integer. 2.3. This is the floating. X. This is character. I think you got it. Different types of informations. Different types of informations. All these are required for doing our calculations. Okay. Now, to represent the character, the name of the data type is char. Char is the data type. The size of char data type is 2 bytes. The size of char data type is 2 bytes. Okay. This is the character. Finally, the last one, Boolean data type. Boolean data type in the sense here the value is in the form of true or false. Only two possible cases. The value is true or false. That is called Boolean. So data type name is Boolean small b. The data type name is Boolean. The size is 1 bit. The size is 1 bit. Now you understand? These are the data types. Now I will give you the final segregation. Observe primitive data type. What is mean by primitive data type? The single value data type is called primitive data type. Now, that primitive data type is categorized into integer, floating, character, boolean. That is, these are the different types of representations. Coming to integers, based on the size, the integers are categorized into byte, short, into, long. Now these are the data types. For floating, the data types names are float and double. For character, the data type name is only one thing, character. For Boolean, the data type name is Boolean. What are the sizes? The sizes are 2 bytes. Sorry, mistake. The size is 1 byte, size is 2 bytes, 4 bytes and 8 bytes. In the floating, 4 bytes and 8 bytes. Character 2 bytes. Boolean 1 bit, not byte. Only 1 bit of information is available. This is my categorization of primitive data type. Now I will explain one example program just to reading and printing. I am not doing anything, just to read and print. File, new, class, demo, data type. So the class name is your wish for your understanding. So you need to use the class name according to my program. So within the class, what is the first step? First, whenever you open, don't forget to close. Close. Now, public static void main string args of. Okay, open and then close. Everything is written inside this one. Now what is my aim? Just to declaring the different data types, just to declaration. How? Byte, some a is equal to 3, byte a is equal to 3, short, some b is equal to some, for example, some 234. Compare to byte, use some large number. That is the only thing. Int. Some c is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long. L long. Some d is equal to. Variable names are A, B, C, D. Observe the data type. D is equal to. So I given some large number suffixed with L, either capital or lower. For your understanding, I written capital. These are the integer. Now I will write down this one also. FLOAT float. Some E is equal to 2.3. F is compulsory. After floating, you compulsory need to suffix F. Then only that number becomes the floating point number. That is becomes the floating point number. Double, some E F is equal to 5.369. Char EFG is equal to some letter A. Okay, A is the character. Finally, what is remaining? Boolean. H is equal to, I given a value true. I think you got it. So depending upon the program, you can use any type of variables, any type of data type. Okay, so that is the reason. This is the way to use different data types in your program. Now, what is my task? Just I am printing the message. Now, system dot out dot println. So this is the function or this is the method used to print the values. System dot out dot println. Anyway, actually these two are not the method. Println is the method. So I will explain this concept whenever you get the concept of object. So println is used to print the message. For our understanding, I written like this: byte A is equal to observe whatever you written within quotations, exactly that is printed in the answer without any modification. Again, I will repeat, within the print statement, whatever you written within the quotation, exactly that is printed without any modification. After this, you need to use the plus symbol, variable name A. Whenever you are given the variable, what happened? The value is displayed. Here it is not in quotation. Again, I am repeating. If anything is written within double quotation, exactly that is printed. Exactly that is printed. If your byte A is equal to this statement is blindly it is printed, followed by the value of A is displayed. If you are writing a variable name without any quotation, simply the variable value is displayed. So system dot out dot println, I will display all those values. Short b is equal to, my variable name is b. Short int c is equal to, my variable name is c. And don't forget, semicolon is compulsory. End of the statement is semicolon. So after that, long, I given the variable long as d. So print the variable d. Now float. Float e is equal to plus e. Double. Double f is equal to, print the variable. I repeat multiple number of times. Whatever you written within quotation, exactly that is printed. So if the variable is available outside the quotation, so that is the reason the variable is replaced with their value. plus G. At the time of printing, whatever the thing present in G, that is displayed. That is displayed. Boolean. Okay. Now what is my program? Just to read the variable and then print the variable. Read the variable and then print the variable. Save. I am saving my program as demo data type dot java. Demo data type dot java. Save. Go to the command prompt java c demo data type dot java. Observe my program does not consist of any error. So demo data type. Demo data type. Press enter. See this one? Byte A is equal to. So the A value consists of 3. Like this, the values are printed. Like this, the values are printed. You clear the point? So this is called data type. This is called data type. You clear? Now I will move to one more point before going to the non-primitive data type. Before going to the non-primitive data type, I will introduce one more point, that is type casting. Typecasting. What is mean by typecasting? The most popular interview question. Everyone remember. Typecasting means simply the process of converting converting one data type into another data type. The process of converting one data type into another data type is called typecasting. Now this typecasting has two types. The typecasting has two types. One is widening conversion. One is widening conversion. Second one is narrowing conversion. Simply first one is known as widening process. Second one is known as narrowing process. First I will explain this widening process. Simple thing. The process of converting lower data type into higher data type. The process of converting lower data type into higher data type is called type conversion, is called wide processing. I will give you one example. See this one. Within the program, I written one statement. Int a is equal to 3. Int a is equal to 3. Okay. Now a is an integer value. Float B is equal to A. Now what happened? What happened? Whatever the value present in A, that is assigned to B. Whatever the value present in A, that is assigned to B. What is the value present in A? 3. But now what is the value of B? By executing this statement, value of B becomes 3.0. The widening process is done automatically. Integer is lower than float. Integer is lower than float. What is the thing? Character in the order. Character, byte, short, int, long, double, sorry, not double, float, float, double. This is the order. This is the lower data type and this one is the higher data type. Except this one, all remaining these are based on the sizes. Remaining things are based on the sizes. So if you want to convert byte into short, you no need to anything. Directly it is happened. So float to double directly happened. But so I think you understand. Lower is converted into higher, no problem. Directly it at point 0. So nothing is happened. For example, byte A is equal to some 5. If I create short B is equal to A, now what is the value of B? Now also the value of B is equal to 5. There is no problem. Why? So the size of byte is 1 byte. The size of short is 2 bytes. So if the information is stored in 1 byte, in the sense automatically it is stored in 2 bytes also, there is no problem. But wastage of memory, that is the second criteria. So widening means automatic conversion, lower data type into higher data type. You no need to do anything. Now, second one, narrowing. Exactly. Widening means expanding, narrowing means reducing. Now, what is the answer here? The process of converting higher data type into lower data type. Consider the example, float A is equal to 3.4 int some B is equal to A. What happened? So the value of A is stored B. But actually, B holds only integers. But A is a real number. Now, what is the value of B? Only 3. We are losing zero point 0.4 information. Yes or no? So, directly it is not possible. Lower to higher is system done. Compiler automatical to do. But higher to lower is not possible automatically. What is higher to lower? Exactly same. W, float, long, into, short, byte, and then character. So double to float, float to long. So this is called higher to lower order. Directly it is not possible. How it is possible? In the sense, variable name is equal to variable name is equal to target data type comma variable. Simple thing. So here target data type, consider the same example, float A is equal to 3.4 into B is equal to, now what is your aim? You want to convert into B. Your aim is to convert into B. So the syntax is, so directly first to declare B is equal to int of A. Clear the my point? A is the variable. Target data type. What is my target data type? The left side data type. So A is converted into integer. A is converted into integer. This is the example. This is the syntax. First, I will write down one simple example. Class. Now I will take one more class. Typecasting. Typecasting, close. Every time don't forget to close. Public static void main string args off. Okay, string args off. First to read one variable, int a is equal to 3, float b is equal to a. Float b is equal to a, system dot out dot println. So value of A is equal to, for my understanding, I written the statement value of A plus A. Now system dot out dot println value of B is equal to plus B. Just to I am doing automatic, that is widening conversion. Save type casting dot Java. Save. Go to this one, Java C space typecasting dot Java. Press enter. So, okay, I already said simply I forgot to close the main. That is the reason initially whenever you open, immediately close. Open, close, save, and then execute. So no errors. Java space typecasting. Java says typecasting. Press enter. See this one. The value of A is equal to 3 and the value of B is equal to 3.0. It is happened successfully. Now, for your understanding, I will take one more example. Float some C is equal to 2.3F. Float C is equal to 2.3F. Now, int D is equal to C. Observe, here again I am printing the values. So, the value of C, so D. Okay, observe in this program, I am converting my floating into integer. So check, it produces any error or not. It produces an error. Observe. See this one? Int D is equal to C. Observe the error. Incompatible types. Possibly the lossy conversion from float to int. You understand the by point? So float is converted into integer. Directly it is not possible. If you want to convert before the variable, write down the data type. If you return this means whatever the variable here, that is converted into integer, clear. Now I saved the program and then execute. So no errors. Now, so you are getting the integer value means it consists of only real whole numbers, that is the reason it produces 2. Okay, this is the primitive data types and then typecasting. In the next session we will move to non-primitive data types followed by variables. That is end of today's session.